So inshallah we're going to start. So we will try to finish the rest of the Surah Al-Fatihah today. So the ayah where we are going to do today is from Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim, Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Okay. Now, until now, in last few weeks we have done where when Surah Al-Fatihah starts, in the beginning it's the praise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, and then there are some attributes or sifat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is Ar-Rahman, we studied that, Ar-Rahim, we studied that, Maliki Yawmiddin, we studied that. Okay. After that, we are coming to a point where instead of praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are making a claim. And the claim is Iyyaka na'budu. So let's understand that. The first word is Iyya. Iyya in Arabic Iyya means only. Only or exclusively. Iyya means only or exclusively. And ka is used for you for a single person. If you're talking about one person, you're saying you means that's the ka. Iyya and ka. So when you combine these two, you pronounce Iyyaka. Iyyaka means only you. So we are saying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, only you. Okay? So that's the first part of this. Only you. After this, the next word starts with these letters, Ain, Ba, and Dal. The meaning of these three letters is to worship. To worship. To be obedient to someone and to worship someone. Okay? Abada. Okay? Then if you follow our rule of grammar, if you have three letters, Fa, and Lam, Fa'ala, this means to do. Fa'ala means to do. If I put a noon in the beginning and then make the sound like Naf'alu, just by adding a noon in the beginning of the three letters and making the sound of Fa, Ain and Lam with these harakat, which is also given there, which is the box number 12, the meaning of these words become we do. So what kind of information is there? First of all, it is the first person and plural, we. The second information is present tense, we do. Okay? So the rule of making is that you put a noon with a fatha in the beginning and three letters after that. So if we apply this rule on these three letters, this will become noon with a fatha, and the other three letters are Ain, Ba, and Dal. Okay? And in this case, this Ba carries a Dhamma, so it becomes Na'abudu. except for the middle letter, everything is exactly same. Na'abudu from the English meaning will be we worship. We plural first person and present tense. So na'abudu means we worship. Okay. So this is what we are saying. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has taught us what to say. Say, we worship only you. Iyaka, only you, we worship. Okay? So we are emphasizing by starting the ayat, only you, exclusively you, there is nobody else. So we are denying everything except you, which is, who is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then we say, na'abudu, we worship. Okay? So far, it's a statement which is coming out of the mouth of the people. Iyaka na'abudu, only you we worship. Okay? And then after that, the same word is being repeated with a wow. Wow means and. And iyaka, only you. Only you. And now, from the pupil side, we are making another statement, which is nasta'in. So let's try to understand what nasta'in means. Okay? Okay. So this is nas, ta, and in. I'm writing down separately like nasta'in. Okay? Actual word is nasta'inu. Okay? So this word starts with these three Arabic letters, ain, waw, and noon. Okay? Ain, waw, and noon, and this means to help. Ain, waw, and noon, this means to help. Now also, we know that these are three root letters, and we can make bigger words by adding more letters in there. Okay? So one thing we will do is, we will put these three letters, alif, sin, and ta, in the beginning. If we put these three letters in the beginning, the meaning changes. And one example is that, if you know the word ghafara, ghafara means to forgive. Ghafara means to forgive. If I put these three letters, alif, sin, and ta in the beginning, it becomes istaghfar. Istaghfara means to asking forgiveness. Okay? So in Arabic, these three letters bring the meaning of asking something. Okay? So auna means to help, and if I put these three letters and ain, waw, and noon like that, this will mean asking for help. Asking for help. Here you are helping someone, here you are asking someone to help you. Just the opposite of that. Like Ghafara, Allah Rabbul Izzat is the Ghafurur Rahim, He forgives. When we say Astaghfirullah, we are saying, Oh Allah, we ask you to forgive us. Okay? So that is the concept of putting these three letters in the beginning, which bring the meaning of asking. Okay? So this word becomes alif, sin, ta, and waw, noon, and There, wow has a little change in it, so it becomes ista'ana. Ista'ana means to ask for help. Now also notice we just learned that we put a noon in the beginning. It brings the meaning of we present tense. So if we do the same thing, but there is a little variation, this will become nasta'inu. Noon in the beginning. Okay. There will be, because this is a different bab, so exactly that table will not apply onto that. But nasta'inu means we ask for help. Okay, that's one way to recognize is that the word is starting with noon, and noon means we do. So ista'ana, nasta'inu means we ask for help. Okay? So this concept Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is teaching us that we have to say, we ask for help. Right in the beginning, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is teaching us that we should say, only you we ask for help. This is a very difficult thing to achieve because human being can claim that we worship only you, but when they go in the practical life, they go to others to ask for help. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is teaching that you have to say, only you can help us. We ask for help only from you. So this concept of only is very important because this is where human being loses the ground. They go to idols, they go to the false gods, they go to the people who don't even live in this world anymore and ask for help. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is teaching that we should ask only Him when it comes to get the help. Okay? So that is the claim that human being is making to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that it is only you we are worshipping and it is only you we will ask for help or we ask for help. So this is in this entire Surah Al-Fatihah, this ayat is the claim of human being. A claim, a believer when he believes in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and he believes in the Quran, and then he starts reciting Surah Al-Fatihah, he is claiming that it is only you we are going to worship or I am going to worship, and it is only you that I am going to ask for help, and I am not going to go anywhere else. So this is the concept of this one ayat, Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Okay? Now after that, very beautifully Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is teaching one more thing. Because we are making a claim and we are saying we will try, we will do our best. But then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is teaching us to say one more thing, which is Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim. So let's understand this thing, because if we do not ask this thing, then we may not be able to do what we claim here. Okay? So the first word is Ihdina. So Ihdina starts with these three letters, Ha, Dal and Ya. And this means to guide. Okay.
So how do you pronounce that?
Right? Ha, Dal and Ya only. These are three letters.
Okay, just letters.
They are letters.
Right.
It's not a word yet.
It's not a word yet.
Yeah. So that's the reason we just said three letters. But when we make word from these, then we can pronounce. Right now these are three separate letters.
Mm-hmm.
Just like in English, he said T and O and G, U, I, D, E. Okay. That's all. 3 root letters. Okay. Now, and if we look at the one of the table here, if al means is a command. Command means do. Fa'ala means to do. Fa'ala means to do. And if we put an alif with a kasra here and pronounce like if al, it becomes a command, an order, a request, a dua. Do. If I ask you to do something, I'm ordering you to do something. Okay. So, how to make an order or a command? The rule is that you put an alif in the beginning with a kasra on the 3 letters and you pronounce like that. Okay. If I do this thing here, so I'm going to put an alif with a kasra, then I have a ha, then I have a dal, and I have a ya. And if I put the same ara, da, and ya. Okay. Exactly same thing. I put a sukoon here, fatah here, and a sukoon here. Okay. Now, this thing, dal and ya together can be written like this. Dal with a kasra. Sound will be same, di. This is dai, but this sound will be di. So this becomes ehdi. This is the word in the Quran. And it is a command now. The command will be guide. If you are asking someone to guide you, then it is ehdi, guide. So that is how the command. Now, again, remember very important thing is that what is the meaning of command? You are telling someone to do. You are ordering someone something to do. But when you are saying the same thing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you cannot order Allah. So you are requesting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So command here should be translated as a request or a dua. So what we are saying? Guide. Oh Allah, guide us. Okay? Give us guidance. Na means us. So if I put a na after that, na means guide us. So now we are making a dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that even though we are making a claim that only it is you who we are going to worship and it is only you that we are going to ask for help, we may not be able to do that. We are human beings, we are weak. Okay? So now, in order to carry out that statement, we need your help. So guide us. Give us guidance.
How do you say guide me?
Ehdi.
Stops there.
Yeah. No. Then you have to put a ya there.
Another ya.
Yeah. Ye means, or ehdini.
Ehdini.
Yeah. So Noon Baqaya comes there.
Pardon me?
Noon Baqaya is put in the beginning. So what we are doing here, we are saying that even though we are making a claim, but we are weak, we are human beings, we may not do what we are saying, so we need you to help us, to guide us, so we can do these 2 things with your guidance. So that is the meaning of ihdina, guide us. So it is a request to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's a dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that give us guidance. Okay? Now, we want to be a little bit more in details what kind of guidance we are asking. Okay, so let's look at that. Okay, so the root letters for the next word is Swad, Ra, and Ta. Okay, if I write down this way, Siratun. Siratun. Siratun means path. Sirat means the walk, the way you walk on a path, walkway or a path or a street. Sirat. Okay. Now